Hey guys, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. I do speed builds like this every Thursday, so if you like this, consider subscribing so you can catch more videos like this. You can hit that button right below this video or the circle at the end. Today we are working on the no black, white, or gray challenge. I saw this in a comment on somebody else's video, and I thought, you know what? I am so bad about using just black and white and grays with just hints and pops of color. I'm like, you know what? We're going to do something totally completely out of the box. We're going to do something totally and completely different. And this house originally wasn't going to be for that, but I looked at it and I was like, you know what? This is the perfect specimen for this is the perfect video and specimen for this challenge because it has pretty much what I would want, which would be at least a two-bedroom house and two bathrooms. There's also an office downstairs, a full living room, a kitchen loft, and as well a outdoor patio. So here's kind of right where I decided that, you know what, I'm going to transition this into this color challenge. So it gets interesting. I ended up changing the floor tiles up there in the kitchen a billion times in my head, and I think at least a dozen times actually in the video. So, but I just I kind of wanted to do this challenge because I wanted to see what I could come up with, because I know there's a lot of colorful items in The Sims, and then I also realized that there's that randomize button, so I can get all sorts of crazy color combinations. I was thinking maybe I should do more of a random color challenge where I would do like a simple one bedroom, one bath home. Everything in there has to be randomized, kind of like how people do the random sim challenge. Um, but instead do that for all the furniture in the home. So end up doing two or three randomizes on a piece of furniture like a couch and then put that in. And then do it for the kitchen sink and the bathroom sink and the counters and all that kind of fun stuff. I just hadn't quite decided. That's probably what I should have done. That probably would have made a little bit more sense. But then the stuff may not have necessarily come out colorful. So I did set up some rules, and I will have them listed below, and I'm also going to read them here. So in this challenge, there is to be no gray, black, or white, or each item has to contain less than 50% black, gray, or white. So, like white trim on the blue walls, fine, whatever, because there's a good chance that every item in there has one of those three colors, just because that's kind of how life works. Do a minimum of beige or brown. I tried to limit it to approximately like one item per room. Um, Nothing can be exactly the same. The only exceptions to this is the outside of the house, the windows of the house, and counters. I think those are the only three things I made exceptions for, just because I didn't want it to be even more mishmashed than it already is, because it's already a disaster. And I'm really hoping that this looks better for you than it does for me, because I have this currently set to 4.5 times zoom, or not zoom, speed, because this video was so long. I think this is one of my longest builds, I mean, ever. My builds normally don't take that long. They usually take like 30 to 45 minutes. I usually have it set to 2 to 3 times depending on how long it is. And this one, I believe, was well over an hour. So it's a little strange for me. I also did include screenshots at the end so you can kind of see what each of the rooms look like. But yeah, that was pretty much all of the rules that I had decided, because I was like, you know what, it's not necessarily for it's not necessarily supposed to be a big deal. It's just I kind of just wanted it to kind of just be fun. So, but every room in the house is completely different. I made sure I didn't use the same tile on any of the rooms. Made sure none of the carpets the same in any of the rooms. Made sure the same thing for any of the furniture, except for, of course, the counters, like I said, because that was difficult to do. So, because I was like, you know what, I don't want to make this a big old thing. So, and I even ended up randomizing the doors. I ended up randomizing the doors for every single room, so no two rooms have the same doors. And I ended up fighting myself on a lot of the doors, going, okay, well, what kind of door do I even want? So, and I made sure I tried to make sure that they had as minimal black, gray, and white and beige and brown as possible. Like you can see that one of the doors has white trim on it, the front door has brown trim on it. But like I said, it was kind of difficult to get it this way. Nothing had those colors. So, like I said, that was just kind of one of the rules. Just make sure that it's at a minimum. So, and this house is crazy. There was some of the stuff though that I saw that when I randomized it, it ended up creating that. I'm like, yep, sold. We're doing that. I don't even know how, but I managed to pick when I randomized the door, I ended up getting the exact same pattern that's on the windows. So it's that same, like, worn away green color. And then, of course, we have the rails that are pink with yellow handrails. I thought that was kind of nice. Oh, I did end up putting these lights in because it was in one of the... it was in a video I had watched recently on ways to make it so this way your houses are brighter, because it always does kind of look like it's really dark in The Sims 3, regardless of how many lights you put in, and either you end up putting an astronomical amount of lights in, or it's just kind of dark. These squares will go away once you actually have a family loaded into them. It's just because I was still in buy mode that it was there. Once you go into live, it goes away, I believe. Yeah, it'll go away for your actual field of vision, but they'll end up coming back, I believe, once you go into build and buy mode. This way you can actually pick them up and move them wherever you want them. So, but it was just supposed to be, so this way the rooms are actually brighter and it's not so hard to see, because it's always difficult. And it really helped out with some of the screenshots. Some of the screenshots it got in the way, and there was only so much I could do. So, oh yeah, and I also ended up putting out a parking space. So, and I made sure I didn't use any of the black asphalt or Aurora Skies soil that I like to use a lot, because that's simple, it's convenient. And of course that door, I believe it's brown on one side, but it is blue on the inside. And of course I also made sure to give them an odd colored roof. Of course, got a blue roof. Oh, and I ended up seeing that tub, and I was like, that is so cool. I want a teal tub. That's bad. I love it. And there were some very odd color patterns. I thought it was really cool that I got a blue toilet though to go with our teal shower, or our teal tub there. Now our shower ended up being a reddish color, so that ended up working out in the end. And then of course we got bright red counters, and look at this. Look at what that's the pattern I ended up picking for the sinks. I don't even care that there's too much white in there, because let me tell you something, it looks like a crime scene and I love it. I saw it and I'm like, I can't give this up. And I don't know if it's coming across on your screen, but when I was actually playing the game, the bed did look like it was a pastel blue, and then looked like the sheets and everything were just a little bit of a lighter blue. So that's the reason why I ended up picking it. If it just in case it comes off as really white, in game it looks a lot bluer. And of course had the purple desk, and I thought it was just so fitting to have that chair there. I was also trying to just figure out something else I could put in there. I'm not sure what else I ended up putting in there, but I was like, I want something else in here, because it's supposed to be just like a little study, but all I ended up really getting in there was that desk and the workout equipment. Like I said, I do believe I actually ended up putting something else in there. And of course there's a red comforter with blue sheets. I thought that was kind of cute. And I did like the green tile for the shower, because I thought it kind of went pretty well with the blue tile that was on the walls. So, did I even? Oh, I didn't even randomize the TV. Oh, I knew I was gonna forget something. I knew I was going to. Oh well. Save it for another day. And I also decided I was going to go with these green couches because I thought, oh, you know what? That's appropriate. They're green. They're bright green and brown, so that'll be perfect for this color challenge. Got a nice blue rug outside for a doormat. I tried to make sure I included a lot of decor and decorative items, just because I thought, well, if I just throw couches in there, it's kind of a cop out, if you ask me. It is. It's kind of a cop out, just to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna do the bare minimum, and that's it. So I do end up putting in quite a few decorations, not as much as I probably would have liked to, but it was wearing down on me with how long the video had already gotten, with well over an hour. I'm just watching time just tick away, and I'm like, I think by the time I had gotten to this part of the video, I was just coming up on an hour, and it was killing me. I'm like, I need to go to bed. And at the current moment, I am, it's still classified as quote-unquote locally, but I'm kind of working away from my home location for my job, so I've had to do a lot of traveling. I don't get too much sleep during the nights because I'm working on this, I'm going to work. I'm working easily 12-hour shifts, so it's a little exhausting, so. And with this kitchen sink, I ended up passing a red sink so many times, and I was screaming at myself, going, what are you doing? If you would have just slowly clicked, you could have clicked on the red one. And then I ended up getting a red sink when it was going slow, and I was like, oh, a red sink. And then what did I do? Hit randomize. And I lost it, so. But this is the outdoor grill area. I know it seems kind of silly to have the kitchen right next to the grill area, but I wanted something outside. And to be honest, I had a dream once. I know that's a terrible phrase. I probably should never use that phrase again. Anyway, but I had a dream once that I had built a Sims house, and I actually had the kitchen up on a loft, which I thought was just so odd at the time. And I was like, you know what? That would actually come out really cool. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna put it in, and we're gonna deal. I tried to randomize some of the video games, or some of the video game consoles, and they didn't randomize. The only one that I put out was the only one that randomized, and it didn't even really truly randomize. So I went with it. I was like, you know what? I want something in there, so figured I'd put in some paintings, some posters. This way it's a little bit decorative. And then let's see here. I ended up putting in the lights. I totally forgot to randomize the lights too, but to be honest, I probably would have been mildly devastated if they would have just randomized the color too. It probably would have freaked me out to no end. I did end up putting green lights on their already pink fence. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the house. I do have the screenshots coming up here in a minute, so we can look at it. Like I said, I do end up putting up quite a few decorative items. I end up putting some stuff in the bathroom, and in the master bathroom, actually. I don't end up putting a whole lot in the other bathroom. I was trying not to kind of cop out on it. I was trying to actually get some stuff in here. This way it actually looked like I tried. Ended up putting some stuff there on the vanity. Then realizing I couldn't randomize the tissue box, I said, alright, never mind, I'll just pick something else. Something else I know I can randomize, or something that is colorful. Which is why I went with that one. I wanted to put the horse in there, but it was just so sad. I wanted so many decorations in there, and I was like, ugh. And then the rocket ship, I ended up deleting it, bringing it back, because, it probably doesn't look any different to you, but in-game, you could definitely tell that the clouds were definitely darker. So I was like, alright, well, at least now I know I'm not just using white clouds, so. And of course we got our colored towels there, hanging up on the wall. I tried to randomize the candle, it didn't randomize, But to be fair, it is yellow. So, and we have an orange medicine cabinet, red counters, a blue tub, or a blue toilet, a teal tub. I mean, I don't really know what else you want me to say. And that was pretty much it. I just ended up having to put the stuff in up here, but I was like, you know what? It's too much wood. That one has too much black, so I ended up randomizing both of them. Got a pink trash compactor and an orange dishwasher, and of course a green microwave. And I was trying to put in some plants, but I realized this house is already full of color. I definitely don't need to add any more color. I tried to make it so this way the lights would go away, but they didn't. But here's some of the screenshots. This is the living room here. Then this is the other side of the living room. You can see the front door. I don't know why, but the little wall drag stayed. That's the master bedroom, master bath. I even got the blue toilet paper in there. And of course, she's got her makeup kit there on the counter. Girl's bedroom. And the second bathroom. And then we have the kitchen, and then I have a different angle of the kitchen here, so you can actually see the table, and then you can see all the appliances, the outdoor grill area, and then also including the chairs and the fire pit. And so go ahead and leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. All my social media is in the description box. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.